video about the balancing of outcome memories. The problem is with certain characters is that they seem way too nerfed or way too overpowered. Like Silver, for example. His flight is like there for like 3 seconds in the air. But it has like a 2-second charge up. Do it again, which makes Silver very linkable. Stages like Dark Caverns.
Stand by!
Yeah, I guess not. Which makes it very difficult to catch. Especially if you're a Colossus user in 2011 stage. But, Silver's box also just slowly one block. And suspension, that one's actually kind of generally, I just don't really let it move as it makes something bad with still. And I feel like Colossus just isn't as good as he is. Now, obviously, they'll fix it like Blonde does, where that was like block the laser but doesn't chuck the dog.
Stand by!
But if you do land the block, you get punished by another stun. For example, that can just ruin your block. Like, if you successfully block, then that grab. Now, people hate it, but there's been many instances where or if anyone else is also having that problem. But yeah, it's getting very annoying trying to grab the survivor and they just don't get phased by it. So really annoying. Now the next character won't really be much of a surprise for anyone that plays anyone but 2011X. That being Sonic. I generally think he needs a nerf outside his LMS. Because even though Guilt, yeah, it's a passive meant for Sonic because Sonic, I guess. The problem is what I have with Sonic is that with his drop dash, he can just hit you twice and run away, leaving you stunned and him with 20 dodge meter. Which characters like Colossus can easily like go through even his max dodge, but like if it's like LMS, it's just impossible to actually start hurting him without him just stunning you or just making you waste your block. It gets very annoying, especially if he does that peel dash, so then you expect, so you don't block, but he gets iframes when he uses that peel dash in the LMS. And he's invincible with peel dash and also fast. Faster than Colossus. Even when I was Fleetway, I struggled to find him on literally you can't run. And yet that Sonic was just camping the open areas and I couldn't find him because he keeps speeding around corners and all that. Another thing for Sonic that I feel like what could make him feel a bit better for executioner gameplay is that Sonic has to land all 3 just to gain dodge meter instead of just having to land each hit, instead of, you know, going for like the occasional 2 hits at best, where that it just completely, I don't know if anyone else as executioner hates this, when Sonic just stuns you twice and then just runs away, and knowing that your character, like Tripwire, who does like, I believe base damage does 25, I think, probably damage, could be wrong. But in general, Sonic is just one of those survivors that's meant to annoy you in general. And I kinda don't like Sonics, I'm gonna be so for real. Even though in this video I do play Sonic, but I'm also just playing Sonic just to show you how balanced he is. I mean, sure, if he doesn't have his peel out or a team, he can't do much on his own a bunch, but that pesky dodge meter. I mean, most Sonic mains are just greedy and don't really help the team that much. As I quickly keep seeing Sonic just like hide in the corner of the stage most of the time. So yeah, Sonic's is very unbalanced, and hard counters almost every killer in the game. Next character that I think is kinda needs a nerf has to be Amy. Because like the moment you find just any Amy main that has, or an Amy with 2 brain cells, it's probably game over for you, as they would probably somehow pull Shadow and Sun out of nowhere and never re-roll. I wish it could, like, it forces them to re-roll at times. Because Shadow obviously gives you the speed and resistance while the Sun heals you. And the others. I feel like Amy should get forced to change her cards, so then to make it just a bit better maybe. But also the fact that Amy has 3 different ways to stun you. 3 different ways, and one could be also used for mobility. And one can disable Tripwire's mines. That's the crazy part. The fact that she can disable the mines with a hammer, but yet Tails' laser cannon can't. Which I kind of find that weird. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, like they designed Amy just to get on your nerves and target her for like the next 40 seconds of the game. Where that basically it makes Metal seem more balanced than anyone else though in the game. Because for Metal, he's one of those characters that quietly kills himself in order to stun. Especially if you're one of those people that drags the EXE away then slam them. That risks so much of your HP in the game. And that you become very vulnerable while healing. So you have to rely on your team, which honestly I find that I find that a bit fair. Strong stun with a risk of death. And that the fact that he only has 1 life and resistance. But yeah, the only characters I see balanced in the game currently is, for survivors at least, is Knuckles, Tails, Metal Sonic, Cream, I guess. Just that I still don't understand why they gave her iframes for healing. That's kind of weird. Eggman actually seems a bit balanced. And I guess Blaze outside her LMS. But Blaze in her LMS gets 50% resistance. A low time. She doesn't have to wait as long just to escape. And not to mention that for Blaze, that her meter fills up almost double, because, well, let's see. I wouldn't say almost double, but like, her javelin outside the LMS gives you 15, but inside LMS it gives you 25. And if I remember correctly, in LMS for the kick, it gives you 45 instead of 35 outside of LMS. Which doesn't help that she also gets like 35 resistance, and that if she at least has 50 meters, she basically becomes almost like a Sonic except can fly with her soul boost. That can also stun. So that's basically essentially part of a flying peel dash, as she also gets iframes, which just never LMS Blaze unless you know they're a bad Blaze user. And for Colossus, just due to the fact that how big his hitbox is and that how baitable the block is, it's kind of easy just to hard counter him as almost anyone anymore. Not to mention, for some odd reason, his hitbox seems like it's behind him, as quite literally you have to be on the, like, straight up on the survivor, instead of like the spike on reach. But hey, it could be me. But what I'm trying to say here in this video is that most survivors don't seem that balanced anymore. Like, sure, yeah, there's some bugs in the game, like Colossus's bug at the moment, which makes him kind of unfun to play as. But I'm sure maybe before final batch drops, the killers at least get a buff. Like, I'm gonna be so for real, I want to use Tripwire more often, but kinda can't, just due to the fact how terrible she is. I wish they gave the doll an actual buff. The floatiness does not help. Because, when I played as Tripwire, but I don't have her gameplay in here because I do not feel like recording another Tripwire round of me getting bullied. But playing Tripwire is not fun. Just like how playing Colossus isn't fun at the moment for me. Because, Colossus struggles so hard since, unlike 2011X, Fleetway, and Tails Doll, he only kind of has one mobility. I mean, sure, yeah, Tripwire has... I mean, both Tripwire and Colossus actually struggle with mobility. I mean, sure, yeah, Tripwire has that double jump, and also that glide. Well, Colossus has charge and climb, but the climb just sucks on almost any terrain. It's like, there's times where I could put in the command, which is double jump for console. I tried double jumping to a wall. What do? I just face slam into the wall and just do not climb. Or like stages like Green Hill where the smallest pixel can stop your climb. Does it get annoying? Yes. Yes, it does. It's very annoying. And also stages like Dark Caverns where that Colossus would just start climbing nothing for some odd reason also gets annoying. Like that pillar in the middle area. Like there's times where I could be climbing nothing and I'd still be climbing. And there could be like, I don't know, an Eggman, Tails sitting there, Knuckles with a fully charged punch, or someone just emoting on you. But overall, some of these survivors just need a little nerf. Like, don't nerf them too hard where that it's they become John Rage mode. But also, like, I don't know, just TD was way much funner than Outcome Memories is. Because as Killer, sure, yeah, you get stunned a lot, but like, none of it punishes you too bad unless it's like self-destruct, Knuckles with a punch, Metal leaping off a ledge with you, and then killing himself with a grapple and self-destruct combo. But, I don't know, just balancing here just doesn't seem that good for killers and survivor-wise. But, enough for me rambling. I guess you guys can enjoy these last 5 minutes just watching the video and all that without me talking about all this and probably think my opinions are trash. But, yeah, just enjoy the video, I guess.
I'm out of here.
You